And this was how Dani Robertson acted 4 years ago.
My job here is done. And I really appreciate everyone helping me out to get to the bottom of everything that actually led me here. And I'm actually gonna get off because I don't want to cry. But anyways, I'll just have to go because I really I hate crying in front of people. But I just really am really appreciative. I don't want anyone to think that I'm not appreciative. I just think that my job here is done. And I really appreciate everyone helping me out to get to the bottom of everything that actually led me here. And I'm not gonna get off because I don't want to cry. But I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. Oh, what happened to you, Daddy? What now? Oh, I don't want to cry.
She's in the fetal position right now. No, this is big bad. Big bad. No, she big bad. No, she big bad. Oh, what happened, Dani?
Anyways, I'll just have to go because I really I hate crying in front of people. But I just really am really appreciative. I don't want anyone to think that I'm not appreciative. I just think that my job here is done. And I really appreciate everyone helping me out to get to the bottom of everything that actually led me here. And I'm actually gonna get off because I don't want to cry.
I have been doing my homework, trying to understand who the fuck is Monica, who is Marcella, who is Plez, who is Q. So let's start from the beginning. 4 years ago, we going into the little time machine. We are 4 years ago in 2020, 2021.
And me and Monica have a great rapport. You know, she's been on my channel and she's done some great work on my channel. This lady got kids and you got motherfuckers out here trying to take bread out of her mouth because she didn't call it back. She didn't keep her word. She didn't say this, and it may be more. But what it boils down to is a motherfucker went live with screenshots about not calling back and not getting confirmation. And how many jobs have you had out there? Did you get confirmation on the bar? Did you get confirmation on passing your bar? Or did you? That's what I'm trying to understand. The same expectations, right? They will now hold white people to the same standards they will hold black. They won't do. It's just like you will treat a white boss. Guess up, yeah. But as soon as you get somebody that's black, that's an entrepreneur, and they don't do, and you get close to them. This is why I don't really get close to any people that are working. Okay, for me, the people that work for me, they work with me, and they're partners. It's a different type of relationship. I expect anybody that I work with to be self-starters. I expect them to be entrepreneurs. I expect them to bring me solutions. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not micromanaging no motherfucking body. That's not how I work. That's not the type of person I am. And I've been in leadership positions for too long to want to babysit a bitch, okay? Had a conversation with one of my people the other day. I said, listen, I'm not going to be doing this. This is not why I wanted to work with you. Grown woman. And this ain't Chelsea. This ain't, I'm just saying, we have a lot of people that you don't know that works with us, okay? But this is not what I do, okay? You are not going to create more headaches for me if I'm paying you to take away my headaches, okay? So if you can't bring me solutions, I don't want you. I'm sorry. I love you. I wish you the best. You can go make so many motherfucking videos on YouTube, but this is how I work, okay? I'm not the type of person that makes excuses. Unless I actually have an excuse. I just don't. I don't want to hear it. I have life. I have kids. We get sick. We all got that shit, okay? But at the end of the day, like, in order for me to keep paying y'all and y'all not bringing me no work, then you don't get motherfucking paid. I'm sorry. Okay? And yes, if Monica says, yeah, I want you to stay, and she decides to change her mind and not tell her, that's her fucking business. I I ain't talking about my goddamn camera guy. I ain't got no camera guy, okay? Shit, anyway. So, and I've told Monica to stop engaging. Ignore this shit. It will go away in 2 weeks. You lost a few thousand subscribers. At one time, I lost 70,000 subscribers. You think I gave a fuck? No, because in life, you win, you lose. You make money, you lose money. You buy houses, you sell houses. You buy cars, the cars get repossessed. That's fucking life, okay? And it may not be professional, but how many times let me ask you something. You said it may not be professional. How many times have you put in a job application? Manager said they're going to call you. They don't never call you. Do you get on the internet and blast them for being unprofessional? No, you don't. You don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The shit that you will say to, your fellow black person, y'all won't dare call up motherfucking Microsoft or Apple or Google or all them motherfuckers and say, that was unprofessional. You didn't call me back, because you know why? You know why? All of these motherfuckers work. If you're in the tech world, they gonna tell another tech company. You see what I'm saying? And thank you, just life is up and down. Okay, people forget shit. Maybe they don't forget. Maybe they just don't want to motherfucking call you. Don't get on the internet crying about that shit. You're a grown-ass fucking woman. And to see our people acting like this, and I'm not saying that girl is wrong for feeling how she felt, but Monica could do whatever the fuck she wants to do with her platform, and that's that. They don't fucking own it. And you can get and make as many videos as you want to make. That woman will still have an audience. That woman will still make a motherfucking check. She made a check before she came to YouTube, okay?
Picture this. YouTube is fresh. Everyone is in the pandemic. Everyone is home and bored as fuck. There are new people that want to do news. And there is all about the tea. Here. This is all about the tea. Okay, this is all about the tea. And all about the tea is named Monica the Avatar. So all about the tea is like her enterprise and the name of her. No, okay, I'm using it. Okay, like right now, this is Monica. This is not your toy. This is Monica. Okay, Loki, you cannot take it. Like Loki is looking at it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna throw it out. Okay, this is Monica. You should look at Loki, guys. She's really looking at me like she wants to play. This is not your toy right now, okay? So yes. So Monica the Avatar has a big platform, okay? With more than 50,000 subscribers. And she has a bunch of panelists.
So, Monica, I believe that you're on the precipice of greatness, even more greatness. People need to move on. Yes, more hearts. So tell us, what's next? What's the next pipe and tea? When can we, teacups? I'm a teacup. You
want the tea
to forever.
Yeah. Before I do that, too, I want to address the avatar.
Oh, please do.
People always saying, well, why do you have an avatar, Monica? Why? Well, number one, this is my platform.
Right.
And when all these, the panelists that have grievances came on this platform, they didn't have a problem with the avatar. They made me as an avatar. Hey, Monica, the avatar. Hey, Ples, how are you? You know what I mean? Hey, Bishop, how are you? None of that was a problem. But now you're bringing up avatar knowing that that is a trigger for people and they're going to attack me over it. And it's okay. It's all good, right? If I can dish it, I can take it, right? That's how people are looking at it. But none of this warrants death threats. And I had the avatar because of the death threats. Okay. Could you imagine if I was showing my face? I would have anxiety going outside with people recognizing me, wanting to shoot me in the head, like they said, or showing up at my door to shoot me or burn my house down. I would have to hire a private security team to follow me everywhere. And I'm not going to live like that. And again, it's my platform. This is how I run it. And I'm entitled to that. There's a YouTuber. His name is Corpse Husband. He does nothing but an avatar. He has 7.53 million subscribers. Wow. So when people say avatar this, avatar that, I say Corpse Husband. Maybe you should get you an avatar.
Well, I've been getting me one since this has been the conversation. And, tonight, I think we had a discussion. I was like, can I do my avatar? And you said, yeah, you can. But I selected not to tonight. But I love the avatar. What was the hashtag? What? Save the avatar.
Hashtag save the avatar or surviving the avatar.
Yes.
Like I said, a lot of people got their bills paid off of me these past couple of days. They've used clickbait like crazy to monetize off of my pain. Okay. And I get it. I just don't think I could bring myself. I'm only doing this because people said you have to tell your side. The narrative that was being painted was of something that was not true at all. So I wanted to get my side out and just tell my side of the story and explain to people what really went on, because there's so many parts that's being left out. Some of you are being bamboozled. You can't see the forest for the trees. You're so mad over me not calling someone back. Yeah, so that warrants me to be dead. That warrants for me to have everything stripped from me, including my children. If I showed my face, all you people out there would be calling CPS on me with false claims. I've seen it happen to so many people. So to protect myself and my family, I'm going to join Corpse Husband and keep myself up Avatar. He is an inspiration to me. Over 7 million subs. The Impressive channel, over 1 million subs, and Avatar. I can give you countless of various channels with avatars. And guess what? When a lot of times when they show their face after having an avatar for years, their subs don't like it. They're like, can you please go back to the avatar?
That's true. That is very true.
So, you know, thank you. I appreciate that, Best Daddy Cole. I never cared. Thank you, Kathy. Avatar mods. Yes. And the funny thing, a lot of people attacking the avatar. It's like, I'm talking to an avatar. You don't show your face. Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, we're really glad that you cleared all of the, questions that people had or were thrown before YouTube. And what was it then? Someone said, impressive. Protect the avatar. Yes, protect the avatar. And we'll do just that.
On Monica's panel, there were people that she was paying to be there. They were like really panelists. Like she would pay them $200, $300 a month, but they had like a crazy, crazy schedule. Anyhow, so under her, exactly like Atwood. So under her, there was Marcella. Marcella was a panelist that did an interview recently with Sammy. Okay? And at the end of the day, you have to know that every panelist fell out with Monica the Avatar. Non, Loki, j'ai besoin de tes jouets.
And a nice lady named Marcella came on. And the things that she said blew my mind.
I am actually in a YouTube beef where I was served a fake cease and desist. When I was served the cease and desist, I presented that to my attorneys, and they said this is not real. So this young lady she slanders everybody that was on her panel. And now that we have branched off to other YouTubers, she has sent everybody's cease and desist that weren't real. She said that she wants to sue me for $250,000. I was just wondering, is there a possible way that if she's doing the slandering, or if I go on the page and do a parodies about her, which is comedy, can she still sue me? Because first of all, we can't even find this lady. Her whole YouTube is behind an avatar. And we have put private investigators on the case, but they can't find her because she has so many different addresses, and we have contacted her LLCs. But I have a YouTube channel, Speak with Your Girl Marcella. I talk about trauma and things, and I used to work with the avatar, but she got out of pocket and we all left. And once we left, I went to other pages and we joke about her. We talk about the avatar. We just joke, and we do say allegedly in our opinion, but that's when she sent me the fake cease and desist with not her real name, no address, no law firm, no attorney. She sent it through email.
Well, I don't know who, guys, listen, I don't really know anything, but it sounds like you're pretty popular because a lot of people know who you are in the chat. So do you have a big YouTube channel that you're being sued by somebody?
No, it's a small YouTube channel, but I got a.
Well, you seem pretty popular because everybody in the chat knows who you are.
Well, she had the avatar had a big channel that I was on, and so I played a little character up there, so people do know me. I do a lot in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia community. But this lady came after me, and my attorney said the same thing. She can't sue me, but we can't even find her. We can't even. This is not even this woman's real name. She's been sending cease and desist in dead people's names.
Is this real or are you trolling? What is this?
I'm
Are
telling
you
you
talking
the
about
truth.
an avatar? Okay, so there's a channel called The Avatar that is sending cease
It's
and
called
is
All
this
About the Tea. It's called All About the Tea. And she's an avatar. Nobody has ever seen her face. So 2003, 2011, she picked fights with other YouTubers. And she threatens to sue them.
Okay, this is Marcella. Okay, listen to me, guys. Don't be distracted. This is Marcella. So yeah, Marcella, like I said, did an interview. No, okay, I need your toy. Okay, did an interview recently with Sammy, but she fell out with Monica at one point, and she did an interview with the real lawyer, the legal lawyer. Anyhow, the thing I put on my wall, and on that thing, she said that she used to pay $1,000 a week to Monica, $1,000 a week to Monica on Super Chat.
That the cease and desist are fake. And they let me know that once she serves you a real cease and desist, we will follow with the circuit court and we will bring her into the courtroom. And that's what we're waiting for. Because I told her, send me a cease and desist. I ask her on my parodies every day, when am I going to get my cease and desist? I run down my long driveway to the mailbox. Where's my cease and desist? And she still won't send it to me. I want it. Because there are like 38 people who want a class action suit against her that they've been looking for her for years. So they reached out to me to get her address. But she doesn't live in the same state she said she lives in. I've hired a private investigator.
Okay, so Vanessa Jones says, are you friends with Tasha K or is the avatar friends with Tasha K?
The avatar is friends with Tasha K, and I think that Tasha K does things for clout, and Cardi B is the first one that went after Tasha, and she countersued. Now, Tasha don't have that even 75 plus up to even give to Cardi. I think it's the principle. When you start talking about somebody's child and what you're going to do, Tasha goes for people's jugular.
Okay, so what did you do to make the avatar mad at you? What did you do to the avatar?
Well, she had did something to someone else, and I didn't take her side. And once I didn't take her side, I went and did an interview on another show, and she didn't like that I said that I'm not on her panel anymore. She disrespected a young lady that I just didn't want to be a part of that no more. And when I didn't do it, that's the only thing. This little fake cease and desist says that she doesn't like the interview I gave. I didn't defame her. I didn't disrespect her. But once after she continued to talk, then I had to let everybody know she was a low down, dirty dog. And I needed to let her have it. So, she came after me because she thinks that she can get my bag. But I let her know the way I got this bag, I intend on keeping it. And I want that cease and desist so I can take everything she brags about. All these houses, I got all these houses too. Come get it, and I'm going to come and get yours too.
Okay, how many subscribers does the avatar have?
She had 107,000, and after she disrespect that young lady, people start falling off her page. Right now, she's not even making videos. She's not making any right now. She's taking a break.
Did the avatar with 107,000, did she have any money or was she not making money on YouTube?
We don't know. Listen, she was making super chats. I do know that. I don't know about commercials. All I know is that she got her feelings hurt. That's why. But she's been sending cease and desist to a lot of other YouTubers who's talking about her, saying, she's like, don't talk about me. And she sends them a fake cease and desist with deceased people's names on it.
This is so crazy. I've never heard of the avatar. This is super weird.
It's called All About the Tea. The page is All About the Tea. And the young lady comes on as an avatar. She never shows her face. I mean, other people call her avatar. I call her cartoon character.
T.I. was ready to pay her $50K to get the identity of Monica. Monica, who is the mother of Dani Robertson. Okay? Like Monica is big bad. Okay? She's big mama bad. Big mama bad. She was born on May 10. She was big mama. Okay? We have Marcella. Now we have Plez.
Again, how I met So Debonair, again, I didn't know him from a can of paint. One day on Twitter, I get a DM from him and he says, Monica, I want to ask you something. Can I call you? Or something of that nature. Anyway, we ended up calling each other because it's easier sometimes for me to talk to someone. I called him and he said to me, Monica, I watch your channel, I'm subscribed, and I really love what you do and I respect you. Can you be my mentor? Now, for me, because I come from a corporate background, being a mentor is not just a word. It's a commitment. You can almost, in some cases, sign contracts because it's a year-long to a 2-year-long thing, sometimes lifetime in a sense, where you pull someone along with timelines and accountability, business plans and structures. So I said to him, I'm sorry, I can't take on that responsibility. He said, well, can you help me? And I said, well, what I can do is, So Debonair, and I didn't know him, I can hold your hand. I will bring you on my platform occasionally as a guest to give you exposure and also put you in front of thousands of people that will eventually maybe, subscribe to your channel. He said, oh, thank you so much. I'd appreciate that. I really, really appreciate it. So I would send him the link. He would come up here and he would give his commentary and all this other stuff. A lot of my teacups didn't like him because he called OG ugly, OG from Basketball Wives. He said she was ugly and he was praising Evelyn. And the crowd turned on him and they was tearing him apart and all this other stuff. It was bad. And they said, Monica, get him off the screen. Next caller, we can't stand him, blah, 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 blah. But I still brought him up more times, several times. I kept bringing him up. Where things kind of took a turn was one night we had an after dark. We would do these after dark parties where things got really, really spicy and scandalous and stuff. And we would have adult conversations. And So Debonair, he claims he had a few drinks. He turned to Plez and he started giving her flowers, which is wonderful. And we were like, yes, But he didn't just give her flowers. He did it for a whole hour, straight, just nonstop. And he was saying that flowers. He did it for a whole hour, straight, just nonstop. And he was saying that you have a special gift that's not like the others. You are not like the others. He said, I see the comments in the chat and you're the one being praised, not the others. You're different. And when Bishop tried to chime in and say, So Debonair, no, we all add value. And that's not the same thing because these are like my kids. You're not going to make one look, favor one over the others. I kept trying to stop him because it was like a really awkward moment. And I knew he was embarrassing himself. And I kept saying, look, everybody here on this panel, I love them all. We all add value. Yeah. But he just kept saying, no, y'all are not like her. Y'all are different. Y'all not getting, y'all not like her. The other panels, they're good, but it's not like her. So Plez said she was uncomfortable with it and she started to tear up a little bit. And that was that. Okay, we ended the, thing. Afterwards, I had a few of the panel members hit me up and they said they felt uncomfortable about it. And what he was saying made them feel like they weren't shit. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, well, let's have a meeting about it.
Plez, another panelist. Plez is the first panelist that said to Monica. She said it. I'm done. Shut up, Dani. This is a Timu Punch and Judy show. I'm explaining. She said enough. Stop. And then she was the first one to fall.
I want to talk about Monica for a second because you guys have been asking me about this. And me and Monica have a great rapport. She's been on my channel and she's done some great work on my channel. So I'm looking at this Monica thing and I was just in my spare time doing some research. I mean, I kind of asked her what was going on, but she's so stressed out. I'm just like, what is it going on? And when I figured out what was going on, I called Monica. I said, dismember that panel. I said, why do you have a panel? You've always ran your blog by yourself. Why do you have a panel? She said, because it's interesting. I like to hear people's point of views. Okay, then take callers. You like to hear people's point of view, take callers. Because what happens is, let me tell y'all, and I know a lot of people probably gonna get mad, make videos, do whatever you gotta do, okay? But if you've ever been in a leadership position in an office, okay, and let's say you have 6 people working in that office, the 7th is the boss. The boss even though she's the boss, she's friends with the employees. When the employees start fighting, or maybe one of the employees gets into it with her, all of them start to team up, and guess what? It disrupts. It disrupts the workflow, right? And so the solution, fire everybody, find them, write them up, okay? That'll put things back into perspective, okay? Some people may quit, and I'm talking about all about the tea. Some people may quit, whatever, but whatever you got to do to keep the peace in the office and to keep distribution, production of work going out, okay? You guys got to understand, I am an entrepreneur in many ways, and her being an entrepreneur, her having an established brand before YouTube, okay? An established brand and being able to come over here to YouTube, which I've asked her to do for a long time. You need to be on YouTube. You need to be on YouTube. She's like, I don't know. And so in her heart, she wanted to allow some creators to come on and, do what they love to do. Because, somebody like me, I'm going to be honest with you, I teach you how to work your channel and shit, but I'm not finna let anybody come over and, work on my channel, and then all of a sudden they start to feel some entitlement, not knowing that, I own this bitch, okay? And I mean, that can sound selfish, but it is what it is, and this is Monica's bread and butter. This is how she feeds her kids. And guess what? We've all worked for a boss that has a bad attitude, but let me tell you something. I've known Monica for quite a while, and Monica is very sweet. It takes a lot to get her riled up, okay?
And then there was another one. There was Bishop. Okay? There was Bishop, who was a bishop. Okay? Cool. Him, I really don't know anything yet. I need a minute. Okay? And then there is John Wade.
John, tell him about that story. Let's just go ahead and
real quick on that whole story. I was a panelist on Sherelle's channel, and I used to like the block parties and stuff like that. And, every time I seemed to go live, I had an issue with Perry. Whether if I was defending Larissa, if I was defending Devin, or whoever I was defending, I got just railroaded on. So I reached out to Sherelle and I said, listen, I think that I'm not going to do this anymore on your channel, because every time I go live on your channel, I just get beat the F up. And I was reaching out to her thinking that Perry was just like another panelist on her show, like not a husband, not a, but just like somebody else that's on her show. And she goes, oh, you know what, I'll reach out to Perry. I'll let him know your concerns. And that went for 3 weeks. Don't quit, John. I'll talk to him. We'll make it work. And then I felt duped because there was one night where I got eviscerated on the panel. And then I said, oh my God, what's going on? And then somebody texted me and they said, I don't know if you know this, but Sherelle and Perry are married. I go, wait, what? And they said, yeah, they're married. And I said, no way. I go, why wouldn't you have told me that? I'm reaching out to her and confiding in her, feeling that my feelings are hurt about one of her panelists attacking me constantly. And how that all came to be was that, me and Monica and I think Sherelle and Perry, it was November or October of last year, we were all live. And, when we heard the news that they were married, I looked at Cody, I'm like, can you believe this? He's like, no. So Cody was in the bathroom. He walks out, we're all live, and he says, hey, are you and Perry married? It wasn't planned. I had no idea Cody was going to say it. And that's how that came about. And then she had to own up to it and say, oh, yeah, we are. But it was already discussed because Jen Bailey had already outed their marriage on a live of theirs prior to that. And them being married only helped them. The husband and wife team of Perry and Sherelle, everybody loved the fact that they were married and YouTubers. So you're welcome. And Monica nor I had anything to do with it.
This is John Wade. Yeah, she had to go back to work. And she's the first one who went and said, you ain't paying me.
Let me think about, paying you the same. I didn't want to, because it didn't make sense. You getting paid the same and you're just going to be here once a week. That didn't make any sense to me. So I said, okay, let me call you back. And let me get back to you on that. So we had the 2 weeks, and the 2 weeks finally came and went. And after Friday's show, which was an emotional show, hold on, Schoolboy, do you need to take a break? Do you want to take a break? Or, yeah. So Friday, we had the show 2 Fridays ago, or last Friday, whatever. We had the show with, we were talking about Lizzo and Judge Joe Brown, and it was an emotional show. It really was an emotional show. And some people took things very personal, okay? I mean, you could go back and watch. That's not a lie. You can see it. You can go back and watch and see. Some people took the issue, the topic personal. And I was heated. I had a headache after that show. And I said, okay, well, I texted her and I said, I'm gonna call you over the weekend. She said that she was going away for the weekend, that she'll be back Sunday night. I said, okay, I'll call you Sunday night. Now, Saturday, I was out all day at an amusement park in the hot sun with a bunch of kids. And so doing a lot of talking and stuff and just dehydrated. So Sunday came and I didn't call her, but I was not feeling good. I literally had laryngitis. I wasn't feeling well. And I didn't call her and I didn't hear from her. I thought that she would text me or, I thought she would text me. I thought she would, say something, say, hey, I hadn't heard from you. Hey girl, what's going on? We were supposed to talk. I didn't hear anything. Then Monday came and it was the holiday and I was with the family and stuff. And I was trying to rest my voice. I even canceled the Monday show because I was just like, man, I can't do it. It's just, I'm not feeling well. I was trying to force myself. I didn't want to strain my voice. Cancel that show. Tuesday came and then all of a sudden she drops this video that she's leaving the panel. I didn't know she was leaving the panel altogether. I didn't know that. That's not what we had discussed. That's not what we talked about. Monica, you told her you would get back to, okay, get back to her about the pay. Yeah, right. And I didn't get back to her. Yeah, you're free to do that. Okay, you're blocked too. That's fine. You lied like it was, well, no, I did not lie about any kind of anything. So she dropped that video. I didn't watch it. I spoke to several people who called me and said she was saying she had to leave because of mental health, guarding and blocking her energy and her mental health. Guarding and blocking her energy and all this other stuff. And so I guess she was saying the panel, alluding to the panel being negative, her being on the panel. And I'm like, what? Where is this coming from? And first of all, you never said that she was leaving. You never said that. You said you would be on here once a week and also you would do after darks. And that was the last of our conversation. That's where it left off. So my plan was to call her, Monday, then Tuesday. I get caught up. I'm busy. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I didn't just leave her. We didn't leave off on a bad note. We didn't. She could have texted me and said, hey, what's going on? I have not heard from you. I'm about to drop this video and I'm leaving the panel altogether. She never told me that.
Bishop Juliet, he was like one of the bestie of Monica. And then they became sworn enemy.
So I have been the victim of cyberbullying and harassment by a fellow YouTuber of the name of Nosy Ho. This person is no longer on YouTube. YouTube finally did the right thing and banned her from their platform. They banned all of her 3 channels because I was not her only victim. She was harassing and bullying a lot of other people, and it finally caught up to her. And so many people, I didn't really want to address this, but so many people kept hitting me up, DMs, calling me, Monica, please talk about it. We want to hear your side, say something. And the timing felt right. It did. Wiley, chime in here, because I know you've been with this situation from the beginning.
Yes, I personally believe that you could have sued her because you lost so much because of the lies. I look at Dr. Dani Reed. He have a lawsuit with another YouTuber, and he lost about $60,000, probably more, because of that man lies. And now he got him in court, right? He recouped all that money back, but you could have really sued her because she lied. And the thing I didn't like about her is that she was harassing innocent Monicas that did not have nothing about YouTube, didn't know nothing about it. She was interrogating, posting their personal information on Twitter, on Instagram, and she was doing too much. She posted my library situation, but that's okay because that's public. But what she was trying to do is bring innocent people and trying to play a private investigator just to expose you, and all because you didn't help her with the whole Nicki Minaj story. Like, I don't understand why she did it. And I think that another point for her, when she did it, she saw all of those subscribers, she saw those numbers, and she got addicted of being this evil witch, being this devil, and exposing innocent people, and it just wasn't right.
Absolutely. You touched on a point when you said the numbers started rising. So prior to Nosy talking about me and the drama with the panel, she had 17 or 16K subs. And as soon as she started talking about me, her numbers rised really fast. Video views, but before that, were super low. As soon as she started talking about me, she had thousands of views. So she realized there's some money to be made here. I can really play these folks, scream at them, yell at them, belittle them, put them down, and they'll still give me super chats and follow me.
So that's the panel. But and the panel, they are also guests that don't get paid. Okay, they're guests. One of the guests is Sodeb.
More than anything, it was just weirdo shit. Like it really was some weirdo stuff.
That's a good way to put it.
Like really, like all of them. Like if you think about So Debonair, like I don't know. I came on the show a few times, and if you notice, I never really, I didn't really care.
Never interacted with
like it was just like a weird.
Yeah.
He just had this weird energy. Like it just seemed thirsty. I don't know. When I've seen this page, and when I look at this page, I just see thirst. That's just what I see. And then when I saw him on Nosey's channel, I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like he's really just trying to milk this, just trying to get, some, like you said, clout. Yeah. And I think the craziest part was when Nosey said, "You're Monica, you did something to my dog." And I was like, what the
Huh? Is that what she said? I mean, the things that come out of her mouth.
Wait, Monica, did you know you're a dog abuser?
I was like, what the fuck? She said,
what's even crazier is people
and
believed it and they fell for it. Yeah.
Yes, I was like, oh, this
I abused her dog, really?
Yes, she said that you like the way she said it was like you put a curse on her dog. I was like, oh
no, baby, I don't do that. I don't. And listen.
Wait, let me ask what she alleged that Monica did to her dog.
No, am I tripping? Am I the only one that remembers this? Like, yo, she was like,
I heard that.
She was like, "You're Monica, and you did something to my dog." I was like, oh my god.
And Monica was live with Wiley.
Yeah.
While Monica was doing something to the dog.
Okay, Sodeb. No, okay, I'm not playing. Sodeb. Okay, guys, that's so. That's Sodeb. He was a guest. He was not a panelist. Okay.
All right. So Debonair and Princess. Let me address that. So Debonair has been on a interview tour. People have said to me, "Was So Debonair and Princess panel members?" No, absolutely not. They were not never ever panel members. Just guests calling in. Now I want to explain how they've been brought into this because Ples mentioned So Debonair drama with So Debonair and Princess on her channel. And I don't even know why, because we're conflating issues that really, well, let me get into it. Yeah. So again, how I met So Debonair, again, I didn't know him from a can of paint. One day on Twitter, I get a DM from him and he says, "Monica, I want to ask you something. Can I call you?" Or something of that nature. Anyway, we ended up calling each other because it's easier sometimes for me to talk to someone. I called him and he said to me, "Monica, I watch your channel. I'm subscribed and I really love what you do and I respect you. Can you be my mentor?" Now, for me, because I come from a corporate background, being a mentor is not just a word. It's a commitment. You can almost, in some cases, sign contracts because it's a year-long to a 2-year-long thing, sometimes lifetime in a sense, where you pull someone along with timelines and accountability, business plans and structures. So I said to him, I'm sorry, I can't take on that responsibility. He said, "Well, can you help me?" And I said, "Well, what I can do is, So Debonair," and I didn't know him, "I can hold your hand. I will bring you on my platform occasionally as a guest to give you exposure and also put you in front of thousands of people that will eventually maybe, subscribe to your channel." He said, "Oh, thank you so much. I'd appreciate that. I really, really appreciate it." So I would send him the link. He would come up here and he would give his commentary and all this other stuff. A lot of my teacups didn't like him because he called OG ugly, OG from Basketball Wives. He said she was ugly and he was praising Evelyn. And the crowd turned on him and they was tearing him apart and all this other stuff. It was bad. And they said, "Monica, get him off the screen. Next caller, we can't stand him." Blah, 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 blah. But I still brought him up more times, several times.
Fuck, I don't have a princess. One for Princess. Hello, Deborah. And here is Princess. She was also not a panelist, but a guest. Non, ok, on joue pas. Okay? So, understand. This is Monica the Avatar. Monica the Avatar. I know you're just an avatar. But baby, you're fine as hell.
So, her little cease and desist said, "Don't say my name." So I said, "Okay, I won't say Avatar. I will just say cartoon character, bitch, and everything else." I'm trying to make her serve me that cease and desist so bad that I can feel it.
So you would go up to her panel sometimes, like you're on my panel. But this is what I don't understand. Right. You're on my panel.
I went on her panel every night. I was on her panel every single night. And I have a lot of celebrity friends, and she went to these people to stop talking to me.
Wait. You would go up on her. Were you a panel? Were you, how did, because I have people, shout out to Joe. I have people come up on my panel every night, but they just come up. Are people expecting you to be on the panel?
Yes, they were expecting me every night to be on the panel. And I was, because I mean, I'm retired. I'm retired, so we'll go up there and have shits and giggles until it wasn't funny one night.
Were you getting paid to go up on the panel?
No, I don't. I was actually helping pay the panel, meaning that I would give large super chats. And so I asked her to share it with the panel, and I didn't know that she wasn't giving them the money, which I don't have a problem with that. That's their grievance with her. My grievance with her is when she lied and said I was continuing to be on her page, and the other people thought that it was us against them. I stood for right. I didn't stand for, the banter with her and another person. I stood for the right. And then because I stood for right, she sent me a fake cease and desist, and she wrote it out and said, this is, I'm asking you not to say my name on any other channels, and if you do, I'm going to take you to court for $250,000 if you say my name. Well, once I gave my attorney the paperwork, he said, Marcella, I'm sorry, you getting ready to give me $675 to tell you that this is not real. Where's her lawyer's name? Where's her lawyer's name? Where's her address?
What was your attorney going to charge you?
He charged me $675 an hour.
Oh, $675. Okay, I got you. Golly. Yeah.
On retainment. He's on retainment with everything I got going on here.
Got you. So you have your own YouTube channel now, and so the issue is you've been served the cease and desist, but you want to keep talking about the avatar?
Oh, I kept talking because I wanted the paper said cease and desist. It had no attorney's name on it. It had no address for her. It didn't even have her real name on it. I know her real name from other bloggers.
Wait. Hold up. You said that you were paying super chats even though you were on the panel, right?
Yes, because
But
guess what?
Wait. But then Miss Diane says some of the panelists were paid. So was she taking your money?
But Miss Diane will tell you I was never paid. She was paying her panelists that came on every night $200 and $300.
Wait, but she was paying them with your money?
Somebody's money now. I don't know who money it was.
So she had a panel. Marcella, we can call her Meg Daddy because she was giving $1,000 a week in super chat. Okay, we can call her Meg Daddy too. She was on the panel. Marcella, pay the piece because she is extremely tasty because she gave $1,000 a week. What the fuck? Oh, Schoolboy! I forgot Schoolboy!
I'm adding Princess to the chat. Hey, Princess.
Hi.
Hey, you know what's going on? You see all this stuff?
No, I've been.
And now she got people calling me a liar. I might have to call a lawyer on her too. I think I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, because some things ain't right. So over on her channel, she also said I never paid her. She started on this panel, 5 months ago, back in January. Okay. And mind you, most panels don't get paid. They don't. People bring you on their platform for exposure, for subs. When she started on this channel, she didn't have YouTube. When most people start YouTube, and Princess, you can attest to this. When you start YouTube, isn't it a struggle? You don't just get subs. I mean, it takes sometimes people a year to get 1,000 subs, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I
haven't been watching because I was working, so can you bring me up to speed? What's going on?
Oh, hang on. You're gonna have to listen, girl. It's just been a whole bunch of shit going on. So anyway, like I said, when people have panels on YouTube, you normally don't pay. The compensation is the exposure, it's the subs, it's all that stuff. So anyway, no, but I'm a fair person. I want to pay people, so I was paying the panel, giving them something every month. Ples got more than everybody else every month, okay? Because she is an attorney, and when I said to her, hey, this is what I'm offering you every month, she said, well, no, what about this? What about 300? Give me 300 instead. Because normally, like I said, people don't pay people on panels. I said, okay, fine. So that was our little negotiation and our little deal. I didn't watch her video tonight. I didn't watch. Right. I am too old for this bullshit. I don't even know why I'm addressing it, but people keep bringing it to me. They keep texting me. They keep saying, this is between, like Tiara said, this is between you and her. You need to address it. So I said, okay, let me address it. Y'all want this, right? Y'all want me to address it, or do you not want me to address it? Yeah, because you don't pay panels. You don't pay people on panels. $300 a month, plus she would get super chats. Thank you so much, Sharon. I appreciate you. Thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you. As well as Platinum Diva, we appreciate you. Thank you. So anyway, yeah, people said they want to hear my side of the story. So on tonight's live, I was told that she said I never paid her, but I have the receipts right here. These are the cash apps. She started in January, February, March, April. She got, for her birthday, I gave her $250. She also said tonight I didn't like her. When you don't like somebody, do you give them $250 just because? I don't know anybody that I don't like. Plus, she got some super chats in the chat. I added all those super chats up. I subtracted YouTube's percentage, and I gave her that $200. Then in April, she got paid. For my birthday, she gave me $25. There was no beef between us. That was May 10th, beginning of the month. If she felt I didn't like her or I said something about her, why would she give me anything for my birthday? And then May 31st, I paid her $300. And I don't know why it didn't show up in the history. It probably won't show up for a few days, but it's in there. She got paid like everybody else. If you don't like somebody, would you give them $250 for their birthday? Plus put their super chat or their cash app up on the screen so people can, send her money. Praise her. I told her whenever she goes live, let us know. We all support her. When she got monetized, I told her congratulations. I heard she said I didn't call her. It's in our group chat. I said to her, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you're doing. I've always told her that. So I don't know where she's getting this narrative that I don't like her or, there was some beef. She gave me $25 for my birthday on May 10th. There was no beef.
I didn't finish Schoolboy Patricia. I think I'm going to do a simple Gantt chart. So you don't like this? This is Princess. I need one for there. She's going to be a bull. Okay, so this is Schoolboy Patricia because I don't know, because it's the only toy I still have left.
I never had no backstage conversation with Marcella and Schoolboy. No, I could see physically when somebody comes backstage, y'all can't see, but I can see who's there. Why would I have does that even make any sense?
I just want to say this. I've never said anything disparaging about Ples. I've never said anything about her. This whole discussion of last night that, somebody said, the comment of the 3-hour thing, that was Marcella. And what's amazing to me is that every time something is even said or Marcella says anything, I'm the one that catches it. Y'all come to my page. Y'all get mad at me over things that are said. And even when I've had disagreements with other people, I've never went into my page and sat there and talked about nobody.
Right.
If we break off and we don't speak anymore, I let it go. Because at the end of the day, that's just the way it works. But I want to say this. If Ples is watching this and whoever is screen recording this or whoever wants to send this to her inbox, I don't mind contacting her and saying, from my mouth to hers, I apologize. I sincerely apologize because I should have not said anything at all and continued to take the high road and allowed Monica to address this on her show if she chose to address this or not. I know nothing about who gets paid. I know what I get paid, and that's it. I don't know ins and outs of every single conversation because I'm not a part of those conversations. And even when we have had group chats and when Monica had her Instagram that was lost, nothing was ever, when we kikied and joked in the group chat, it was never anything about something major. I just think that this was a lack of communication that did not happen that has now turned into something so much bigger than what it needs to be.
Well, I mean, her thumbnail said lies and jealousy. I am not, listen.
And I'm not in the group chat.
I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have my own accolades. I have degrees. I have a home. Y'all never hear me talk about these things. I have homes. I have a husband. I have the greatest gifts of all is family. I have children. I have a husband. I have a very happy, I have aunts, uncles. My dad passed away, so I don't have a dad anymore, but I have a mother. I live a full life. Okay. I have nothing to be jealous of anyone about. And for her to go live 2 nights and try to put out this narrative that we're just some sort of evil people that didn't like her and crying on the live, it's manipulative. It really, really is manipulative. And you got to read between the lines. And I also heard, like I said, I didn't watch her. I watched Schoolboy. I heard she brought up a beef between Princess, Marcella, and Schoolboy. That was all a private conversation. We had that behind the scenes. That had nothing really to do with her. We included her because she said she wanted to know what was going on. Her and Bishop was like, yeah, what's going on? One night after, we was like, okay, we'll call you. And we all had a private discussion. Schoolboy didn't go public about it. Marcella didn't go public about it. I didn't go public about it. It was not her place to bring it up. If she planting these stories and putting things out there to manipulate people's minds against Schoolboy and Marcella? Because if she is, that's wrong.
So yeah, this is Schoolboy Patricia. Yeah, she's the boss. It's the only toy I have left. Okay, there are too many people. So that is So Def. This is Princess. This is Plaz.
And Princess, can you chime in? Because you didn't even go public about it, did you? It was private. It was squashed, and we moved on. Can you chime in? Because I don't know why she's bringing it up. It's none of her business.
Let me say this, and I never got paid, and I never was
well,
in
Marcella,
any
you are
group
part of getting paid in a way now because I'm donating to your charity.
Yeah,
month,
now,
so.
but I'm saying in the past.
Yeah.
I'm a little taken aback because like I said, I'm just happened to not be home today. So I haven't seen anything or heard anything, or I don't really fully know what's going on. I'm just listening to what you guys, are saying. I couldn't even log in because if you can see where I am, like, I don't know, I can't change the time. Like, I'm like really working. You know that when we had our situation, I was grieved about it. No, I did not say anything. You and me, Monica, we've talked about certain things between me and you, how I feel about certain things. I just don't like, that's just me. I don't like fallouts to be bad.
Plaz is texting me. I'm sending her the link right now to call in so we can squash this because this is outrageous. I would never try to intentionally manipulate. Okay, let me send her the link. Let me not say nothing else, but go ahead. I'm sorry, Princess. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I just don't like fallouts to be bad like that. Like I said, I can't say anything on my thoughts about what happened because I'm not privy to what has happened yet. I don't know. It's just not going well.
Can you comment on specifically though the fallout we had? It wasn't even a fallout. We had an issue and we addressed it privately between you and Marcella and Schoolboy. I'm not sure why anybody else is talking about it.
Well, there are narratives. I spoke to you about that. Of course, the people have their own narratives that are put out there, and I've come encountered with some things, and there have been stories that have been escalated. Some things I question where they come from. I just took it. I've taken it because I realized that it's a part of the game. It's part of the game, being on camera, being in front of people. It's supposed to be between all of us, what our thoughts were, as a unit. I'm
gonna tell you this right now, Princess. I don't mean to interrupt you. Me personally, I've never spoken to anyone outside of Marcella, you, Schoolboy, and So Debonair when we had our little, we had a conference call, whatever that was, our Zoom call. I haven't spoken to anyone about that situation outside of that room.
I forgot who is that. Who the fuck is this? There was Big Mama Monica. Okay. Big Mama Monica was also allied with Down the Rabbit Hole, who also came on her. Yes, they're Loki's story, which is why I only had the ball for Patricia.
All right. Also, I want to add to the panel someone who I feel will add a lot of value, who I highly respect, who's a researcher here on YouTube. I'm going to add the rabbit to the chat. Hey, beautiful. Look at you.
How are you guys?
Hey,
nice meeting everyone.
Good. Why'd you make that face? You are beautiful.
Appreciate it, but I'll go back to the avatar. We don't want you talking avatars because people will speculate and we're running a factory or whatever.
Who cares? Please subscribe to her channel. She's wonderful. Give your perspective on this situation.
Oh, deep. It's been a couple months. Quite honestly, I think both as someone that was giving before the panels, right? Giving commentary, but also even seeing everything kind of go down. My perspective, and because we're on the topic of Nosy Ho, whose channel is now gone. It's a little bit interesting. I think a lot of people are kind of seeing the information and trying to really sink in and really understand what happened, right? Like, how did we go one way? And I had talked a little bit about this the other day as well, that it seems like we had just some skew way of wanting to make quote unquote justice to something that we really didn't quite understand and also didn't need to happen online, right? So many people, and there were some people that we were able to see, a lot of people in the background. And I think that that's the piece that because the audience doesn't know, then they're kind of left like, what do you make of that, if that makes sense?
That makes total sense. Someone made I think it was Tanya that made a really good comment. She said, follow the money. You follow the money and your eyes will become things will become very clear as to what went down here and how things just escalated so fast.
Does anyone remember who the cow was? Who is the cow? Does anyone remember? Anyhow, whatever. I don't remember. It's called yes, Bishop. That was Bishop. Okay, that's Bishop. And Patricia is a ball, and Marcella is the panty piss. So yes, Down the Rabbit Hole and Dani were also affiliated with that. So yeah, Big Mama Monica blurted out little baby Monica that does exactly the same thing as baby Monica. And baby Monica is Dani Robertson.
But I would give
wait. You would pay a super chat, which means the avatar would get the money.
Panel. I would say, here's $300, split it up with the panel. And she never gave them the money.
Wait, you would leave $300 super chats?
Yeah, sometimes more.
What's the biggest super chat you gave? I'm getting messy.
$1,000.
Oh my God. Are you serious? $1,000 super chat?
I do that a week. I do that right now. I go to different pages and I donate, and that's my way of showing love to people. And so check this out. So when I said, did you give them the money tonight? She said, no, the super chat people take 30% of the money.
That's true.
And I will give it to them at the end of the month. So when you give somebody something, you don't ask them, did you get it? Did you get the money? You know.
Right.
And she did not fat shame Bishop. That was a troll. That was not Monica. Compare the voices. That was not Monica. Monica doesn't do that, y'all. That's what I'm trying to understand. Y'all see an avatar. Somebody got that lady avatar. Somebody got that lady name. And that is a young girl behind that damn avatar playing like Monica. Monica got a high squeaky voice. That was not Monica on Wiley Show. That was not her at all. The same way Monica sounds to y'all is the same way she sounds when I talk to her. I've been working with this lady for a long time. I know her voice, okay? That was not her voice. That was a fucking troll, okay? And guess what? Gala, if Monica is butthurt, that's okay. We entrepreneurs, we get butthurt. But let me tell you something. It ain't gonna stop no bag. And I told her, dismember that fucking panel and do not look back, okay? If you want people to contribute to your show, allow the viewers to come in and contribute at the end, okay?
When her panel fell apart, Nosy Ho invited the panelists to come on her channel and destroyed Monica the Avatar. Baby, you fine as hell. So yeah, she destroyed Monica.
Why wouldn't me and Monica get along? I've been on her channel. She's been on my... Why wouldn't we get along? Like, see how y'all just be coming up with shit? Where did you get that from? No offense. I'm not trying to be funny, but where did you get that from? And anybody that I don't get along with, I have no problem stating that. But I'm not petty like that. I'm 39 years old. It doesn't make me any money. It doesn't do anything to my soul to have me come out and announce. I don't, whatever. So... here's the thing. So you have a woman who has extended her platform. People can take it as a blessing. People can say, you know what? It's not a blessing. That's their right. But if she decides, or if the other person decides they don't want to work no more, that's their right. But just because somebody don't call somebody back, I'm just gonna break this down. How ridiculous this sounds. She ain't falling. See, that's the problem. People be thinking like YouTubers or bloggers or anybody that's an entrepreneur has fallen. She ain't out of business, okay? She has subscribers. She has viewers. She got all y'all. She just dropped a video and got almost 40,000 views in less than 3 hours. So how is she falling? How? couple thousand people, maybe the up-and-coming YouTubers are wanting some content, and so the more the drama keeps stirring up between the other YouTubers, guess what? They have content. This is a feeding session now, okay? I'm talking about Monica from All About It Tea, if y'all care. But, and, if you watch her channel and you want to know what was going on. But, people were asking me, right, what Tasha, why it is. And so if she decides to get upset, if she decides she don't want to call somebody back, it's just like you having a boss, right? The boss says, you know what? I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna think about your pay, because the girl was like, I don't want to work no more. I want to, and Monica said, well, can you stay and do 1 day a week? And the girl asked, can I get paid? And Monica was like, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna call you. Monica didn't call her. Said she was gonna call her. You get tied up. Let me tell you something. If I say I'm gonna call you back, I'm not gonna fucking call you back, because I'm gonna fucking forget. Okay? Period. You get in your feelings, that's your motherfucking problem. I am not here to be nobody's mama, nobody's motherfucking daddy. Okay? People forget to fucking do shit. We are fucking human. But for you to sit by the phone and be like, oh, what you said, and I'm taking your word for this, and then she says that she expects you to act according to your status, and you get offended, and not everybody on the panel, because remember, we got the boss and we got the office, right? The employees in the office, and then the boss has befriended the employees, and now when it's time to step in the boss position, the employees don't want to take you serious. Then there's conflict. One wants to quit, then they start getting into other people's ears. Maybe the boss starts to, because they have a relationship with the said workers, starts to, cross some boundaries with talking about things they shouldn't talk about. And guess what? Money is not being made. Money is not being made. And you gotta understand, like, Monica built this brand. If she don't want to work with them, she ain't gotta fucking work with them. Her show will go the fuck on, okay? I was an employee. Guess what? You think corporate gave a fuck about me? No, the fuck they didn't. The only thing they wanted was numbers. And if y'all actually out here thinking that corporate companies, or any company, especially if this is how a person makes their money, gives a fuck about how you feel and your feelings being hurt, and you missing my call, not calling me back, and keeping your word, bitch, you're going to be upset a lot of days. A lot of days. Okay? There was no contracts. There was my word. So my word can change, because there's no contract. And people are out here like eating this shit up, and it's like, really? Are we really reduced down to, you didn't call me back like you said, and next thing I know, you're doing a show, and you didn't call me on Monday, and now I got all your motherfucking text messages out because I'm butthurt that I quit, and I thought you wanted me, and I thought I was needed, and you decided to not call me back. How many times have you had a job or something, and maybe they let you go, or, and you want to come back, or they asked you to come back, and then shit just fell through.
So then Dani came after Nosy Ho destroyed her mama, okay? After this moment, mama fell. Nosy Ho was reigning supreme, That's Nosy Ho. She was reigning supreme. Okay.
She interviewed the alleged victim of Kenneth Petty, who is Nicki Minaj's husband. That victim went and did an interview with a website called deadbeat.com. On my channel, I covered the interview with deadbeat.com. She came in my comment section and started ranting and raving that she was the one that exposed this story and that she needs credit. And I'm like, but your name's not in this article. I'm crediting deadbeat.com, and I'm quoting stuff Jennifer is saying. I would have acknowledged her had she not been ranting and raving, acting, inappropriate as usual and crazy. So that set her off. I think that's what set her off. So she kind of used that. And then she used the drama with the panel, which she didn't know me. She didn't know any of the panel members. But again, the numbers and the super chats and the clout was rising. And that's why she did it. It was like, okay, it's paying me. I'm making a lot of money to attack this innocent woman who has done nothing to me. I'm going to roll with it. And I'm going to throw as much fire onto this lies and accusations as I can to hurt this person because I want to bury her. She was telling people to unsubscribe to my channel, all kinds of evil stuff. John, I know you've been a victim too of cyberbullying. Can you chime in here?
Well, first of all, I want to say hi to everybody, all the teacups that are here. I see a lot of my hags, some of my moderators are here, so I want to thank you guys for coming here and supporting me and Monica. So that was number one. And, you know, me and Monica were kind of getting it at the same time. Monica was getting it far worse than me. And, you know, I had a conversation with my husband. I'm like, you know, things aren't right. And I had to say something about this. And this was months ago. You know, and now both me and Monica are in the same boat where we're being accused of taking down Nosey's channel, people with the receipts, this, that, and the other. And, you know, it's a hard pill to swallow because pretty much how it goes these days is if someone says something, they take it at face value and as scripture without any type of proof or receipts or anything. And, you know, all they have to hear is like that. And then they unsub, your views go down. And, you know, this is a business for, you know, it's a business for Monica, it's a business for me, I'm sure it's a business for Wiley. And when people say atrocious, untrue things about you, they, you know, they don't need the proof. They just hear it and take it and run. So it's not right.
It's not. She went as far as hiring people to pretend to be my family members, hiring people to say stuff that I had a drug deal gone wrong with them.
What about your husband who was driving the drug truck?
Another lie that she, you know, it sounds good, right? It sounds like a Lifetime movie. Sounds like a good reality show. And people just eat it up.
She didn't know about baby Monica. So baby Monica, who is the same as Monica, okay, came and destroyed Nosy Hole. The lion is dead. All hail the king.
Sherelle and Perry wanted to pay me off to get her ID. Nosy Hole.
So this is John Waits. We're going to talk about him after.
Oh, wanted to know who Monica was. Oh, I know who Monica is. And Nosy. And Dani Robertson. Coming in like a fucking... Look at Dani Robertson. Trying to threaten me again. Hey, Dani Robertson, you did nothing to me. You made a fake change.org. So go ahead, Dani. You give me you go ahead. You give it to me again, Dani. And Monica had to put her stuttering daughter on camera to prove that she wasn't some white English lady. Didn't you, Monica? Oh my God, it's so funny when you put it all out there out loud. Monica having to have me do double duty trying to like talk to Dani Robertson so she wouldn't fight with Down the Rabbit Hole Nudes. Oh no, John, please make them stop fighting because they're all defending me. Wow, the puppet master at play. So Dani, you tell your mom what's up. What's up? Where's Monica? Oh, you're shocked? I was shocked when I found out. Where's your mom? And notice when I called it out, then Dani had to go live and show her stuttering face to the masses. Well, say or fucking spray it, bitch. And I said, girl, your name just showed up on my caller ID. So, Dani.
Christy, be nice. Christy, Vampy, is there a reason why you block Fly High and District Kid? What the fuck is wrong with you? If you are being a weirdo with people, like with Little Owl, I'm gonna have a beef with you. Is that what you want?
I tell your mama to leave me alone. All about the tea. And the funny that Monica was telling me about her daughter and like she had like a speech problem. And here comes Dani. Right or wrong, Cody. Here comes Dani doing those lies. Ooh, 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 oop. Ooh, 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 oop. Okay.
You're right. You're right, Christy. Fuck Vampy. You're absolutely right. Don't mind me.
People are fucked up in this game of YouTube. It's a fucked up game of shit. What's really going on here behind the fucking scenes? You have no idea. No idea how this is being done. Crazy how Dani got so popular so fast, right? And what was Dani's first objection? Nosy hoe. Isn't that crazy that Dani started her YouTube channel on Nosy Ho when Nosy Ho was the one that ruined Monica's YouTube? Isn't that weird to anybody? And like, I never teamed up with Donat. Like, I left his fucking channel that one time I was on there. I left and cursed his ass out. And now Dani Robertson saying, you don't want me back on you full time again. Perfect, you know, Dani Robertson English. So, and anyone who has a Proton fucking email address is a fucking cyber stalker. Okay, Dani, you get me again, girl. And all the stuff that your mama said about Jarrell. It's fine.
There was nothing. If she was feeling uncomfortable, she never came and said anything to me. I was told that she also said she overheard a conversation with Schoolboy, Marcella, and myself backstage. That's false, because anybody that shows up backstage, I can see you. So why would I sit up here talking about you if I could see you? What am I lying about? Please comment in the chat. Y'all can call in too. Let me know what I'm lying about. I'm telling you exactly what happened. Over the weekend, it was Memorial weekend. I was not feeling good, so I didn't get a chance to get back to her, but I was planning on it. Now, if she was planning to leave the panel altogether, that is so fine. I wish her the best. I want nothing but happiness and success for her. All she had to do was send me a text and say, hey, girl, I'm leaving. I decided, I thought it over. I prayed on it. I can't do once a week. I can't do after darks. I just think it's best for me to leave. And that would have been fine. Yeah. But you're not going to sit up here and lie and say I didn't pay you, or lie and say I didn't like you, or lie and say I talked about you. What did I say about you? I've never talked about you, girl. I never had no backstage conversation with Marcella and Schoolboy. No, I can see physically when somebody comes backstage. Y'all can't see, but I can see who's there. Why would I have does that even make any sense? Does that make any sense? I didn't want to see.
I just want to say this. I've never said anything disparaging about Ples. You know, I've never said anything about her. You know, this whole discussion of last night that, you know, somebody said, you know, the comment of the 3-hour thing, that was Marcella. And what's amazing to me is that every time something is even said or Marcella says anything, I'm the one that catches it. Y'all come to my page. Y'all get mad at me over things that are said. And even when I've had disagreements with other people, I've never went into my page and sat there and talk about nobody.
Right.
If we break off and we don't speak anymore, I let it go. Because at the end of the day, that's just the way it works. But I want to say this. If Ples is watching this and whoever is screen recording this or whoever wants to send this to her inbox, I don't mind contacting her and saying, out of from my mouth to hers, I apologize. I sincerely apologize because I should have not said anything at all and continued to take the high road and allowed Monica to address this on her show if she chose to address this or not. I know nothing about who gets paid. I know what I get paid, and that's it. I don't know ins and outs of every single conversation because I'm not a part of those conversations. And even when we have had group chats and when Monica had her Instagram that was lost, nothing was ever, when we kikied and joked in the group chat, it was never anything about something major. I just think that this was a lack of communication that did not happen, that has now turned into something so much bigger than what it needs to be.
Well, I mean, her thumbnail said lies and jealousy. I am not, listen.
And I'm not in the group chat.
I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have my own accolades. I have degrees. I have a home. Y'all never hear me talk about these things. I have homes. I have a husband. I have the greatest gifts of all is family. I have children. I have a husband. I have a very happy, I have aunts, uncles. You know, my dad passed away, so I don't have a dad anymore, but I have a mother. I live a full life. Okay. I have nothing to be jealous of anyone about. And for her to me to go live 2 nights and try to put out this narrative that we're just some sort of evil people that didn't like her and crying on the live, it's manipulative. It really, really is manipulative. And you got to read between the lines. And I also heard, like I said, I didn't watch her. I watched Schoolboy. I heard she brought up a beef between Princess Marcella and Schoolboy. That was all a private conversation.
And that's where I am in the discovering, because right now there is so many video to watch that I may have an overdose and die of shock. Epileptic shock. Yes, Nosy Ho reigns supreme. But then baby Monica came and destroyed the land. man. And then, from what I understand, Dani reigns supreme now. As the villain octopus of the sea.
I still don't think it was her. Yeah. She said, John, I'm going to show my face and drop my face tonight. And I said, okay. It wasn't an accident. She wanted to show her face on that Christmas Eve live. Cody, right or wrong?
Oh, she did.
She wanted people to talk about her. Let me see if it in a text right here. Fuck it, I don't care anymore. They're gonna put me in jail for like being the world's worst fucking person. Oh look. Remember like when like they came to my house and they went to the Glendale. Look, that's my street corner right there. Look. And then like these are not from Google Earth. And I sent this to the police and they were like, go fuck yourself, John. But listen, I'm like, I say mean things about people when I'm pushed into a corner of velvet. So like, I deserve all this. I deserve all that I'm getting because I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. So I'm trying to scroll. Like, I can't scroll. There's a lot of text between me and Monica. But I was used by Monica to go after Sherelle. Monica didn't want to do it on her channel. She did it on mine. Or is it Wiley? Wasn't Wiley Monica's friend? And then Monica loved to go on Wiley's channel and talk shit about people as long as it wasn't her own channel. Right, Monica?
Schoolboy's personal information. This was around the weekend when it was Schoolboy's birthday party. So much so that I was under the impression that Schoolboy wasn't a good fit for my panel anymore. Okay. And I was considering making Princess a panelist because of it. It was the information was so not good. It wasn't good at all. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Okay. This was happening over a weekend. I'm not going to disclose what was said, blah, 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 but it wasn't good. And then I found out Princess was being messy behind my back and trying to find out my identity, saying that she saw a glimpse of my arm and I'm black. And I'm a light-skinned black woman and all this other. She's never seen a glimpse of my arm. I've never, anything I do, listen, all my cameras, the laptop, the phone, all my cameras are off, turned off and covered up with black construction tape. That's the extra step I take to protect the avatar. Hashtag protect the avatar. So she's never seen my arm. She's never seen it. So that was a lie. She told Schoolboy that she did. But she used to send Schoolboy all these links and stuff. I think Monica's this person. I think she's a 25-year-old criminal. She was born in 1996. Okay, 1996, I'll take it. That's not bad, okay? The criminal part, y'all can keep that, but I'll take the 26-year-old. So I found out she was being messy behind the scenes about me, and she was being messy behind the scenes about Schoolboy, coming to me with all this personal stuff that Schoolboy had told her. So it was like, I said, you know what? Let's call a meeting. And I don't know if y'all remember one night on a live, I said, there's some messy stuff going on. There's some ops that we've discovered. And we're going to have a meeting. And Bishop and Plus, we're like, what's going on? I said, okay, we're going to have a private meeting about this. So we held a Ponderosa. The Ponderosa, and this was back in March. It included So Debonair, Princess, Ples, Bishop, Schoolboy, and myself. And Marcella. Marcella was a part of it because they were saying that Marcella was saying stuff too. It was a lot of he say, she say crap going on, blah, 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 back and forth. So we held the Ponderosa, and the whole thing with So Debonair giving Ples her flowers and making everybody else feel like shit came up. Bishop went in on So Debonair. I mean, he went in. He didn't use any cuss words, but he went off. He was so heated. It was so bad that So Debonair blocked him immediately on all social media. Blocked him. No one's talking about that part of the story, right?
Right.
No one is. I confronted Princess about the stuff that she was saying. Not really confront, but it was like, hey, this is what you said about Schoolboy. Is it true? And here's what Schoolboy's saying you said about me. Because, we kind of hold them to, they weren't panel members, but they were like adjacent. We kind of looked at them as friends. Behind the scenes, we would text with them. And Princess used to text me all the time, DM me all the time. So Debonair called me his mom and would always say, thank you so much for bringing me on your platform. No one's done that. YouTubers don't do that. They don't look out for people. I didn't know him from anywhere. I didn't. So, yeah, like I said, Bishop went off so bad on So Debonair that So Debonair blocked him. So the next day comes and So Debonair DMs me. He's like, Mom, I love you. I said, son, I love you too. I did have to mute So Debonair on social media because he's half naked on social media a lot. And I don't want to be scrolling up and down my timeline looking at groin pics and your nipples and stuff. I don't. I like you like a son. I don't want to look at that stuff. So Debonair said, can you please call me? And I said, okay. So it took me a little bit, like maybe, we were playing phone tag. It took me like maybe, I don't know, a few days, but I called him and I finally got him on the phone because he wouldn't pick up when I would try to call. And he said, Monica, thank you, but I have family over. Can I call you back? And he never did. And that was in March. That was the last time I spoke to him. Then I noticed he unfollowed me, then he refollowed me and all this other mess. So that was that. Princess, we never stopped, communicating and everything. The energy changed, but she was still calling in, and still, supporting the channel. So why stop her from calling in? I mean, it didn't change stuff, but then I found out she was still being messy behind the scenes when it came to me. But you can't stop a messy person now. If you're gonna be messy, that's it. That's just her character, her personality. It's all good. But so that was the situation with Debonair and Princess.
But can you talk to us about this farewell address that Ples was looking forward to receive and why that may not have happened the way she expected it to?
Well, she is worthy of champagne and all those wonderful and cake. She really is. She's a wonderful person. But again, I was blindsided by her announcement on Monday, the pre-recorded announcement. She said Bishop made it known that Ples told him she was going to drop that video and that she was leaving. So if she had time to text or call him, I'm just wondering why she just couldn't call and tell me the same thing. So with that said, the next day I made my announcement that Ples was leaving. And I'm sorry I didn't get the opportunity to give her, all those flowers that she so deserves.
I think that this might be an opportunity for you to take this moment, Monica, and just to tell Ples thank you for so much for her contributions for the last 5 months that she made to All About the Tea.
Thank you. I appreciated your time here. I appreciated getting to know you. You are highly intelligent. You are beautiful. You are a queen. I've always respected you. You and I have never even had an argument or a disagreement of any type. So, again, people grow. I'm glad I could provide a platform where people can grow and flourish, and she's off and she's doing her thing. And I'm so happy. I'm so proud.
You should be. I mean, I would feel like a mama bear, right? That you're sending your child off into the world. And so they can go on and do great things in the world, right? And knowing that you had a part of that. And so thank you for taking that space to just say to her, thank you for the time that she contributed to All About the Tea in these last 5 months. But there was another allegation that was made, Monica, and we must have you address it. And this was about the mental health. I know that All About the Tea takes mental health very seriously. I mean, it's something that you and I have spoken about numerous times from the time that I have known you. And so it seems as though there may have been a different definition of what Ples understood about your comment with mental health. So can you clear that up for us?
Yes. I stated in my farewell message to Ples, I said, Ples is leaving the panel. I had an announcement to make. I wish her well. She's taking this time to focus on her career and focus on her mental health. I never said Ples had mental health issues. Never once did I say that. Not once. People took that, they twisted what I said, and they ran with it to cause all kinds of drama. And from there, everything exploded.
There was another accusation that was made, and I'm just, baffled. It's only been a 5-month period that, Ples had been a part or contributing to this platform, but she felt in some type of way that All About the Tea members and the leader did not want to see her flourish. In fact, she thought that there were some barriers that were being created so that she could not flourish to the best possible Ples for herself. Can you speak to that? Because this doesn't sound like that to me at all. A person who, she's a fan of the All About the Tea, like many of us are. We got teacups out there. It just didn't seem like this was the Monica that when I was hearing this mischaracterization, I was just like, I gotta talk to Monica. I need to hear what really is going on here. So can you talk about these barriers that she said was kind of presented in her way so that she would not be able to show up or be her best self?
Well, I disagree with that. Let me tell you how I supported her above and beyond, okay? Which I didn't have to do and no one asked me to do. Every night I would ask, Plez, what's the lipstick color of the day? Now, why did I do that? I took it upon myself to do that for her because I was trying to set up a marketing campaign because I knew if I got the buy-in of the teacups, if I kept saying it over and over every night, the teacups themselves would start asking, Plez, what is the lip color of the day? And the whole point of me doing that was so when she decided to, or she wanted to launch a lipstick line, it would go viral and sell out. So not only was I trying to get her a bag on YouTube, but I was trying to get her a bag on products and merch and marketing. She's so beautiful. Her lips are luscious. And I would say that to her, you know, Plez, what's the lipstick color of the day? And all the teacups started saying, what's the lipstick color of the day? Because I knew once she launched that product, it was going to sell out.
I know. I would chime in to look to see if she had on that red lipstick that was always popping. And so, yes. Mm-hmm. And you know that this happens in stages. So I'm glad that you as a leader was able to notice the gifts that she had and to partner with her so that those things can flourish. Because what I did understand is that prior to you selecting Plez to be a part of this panel, that she didn't have a YouTube channel. Could you speak to us about that? Because she just said she was really excited that she had monetized her platform, but it could not have been monetized in this way if you didn't set her up for the 3-pointer. So talk to us about that.
Well, let me go back because I just want to readdress to her saying that I didn't support her. When Plez's birthday was here, I held a surprise party for her. I gave her all the super chat donations from that night. That was her party, all of them. Wow. I put her Cash App up, and she even called me afterwards and said, Monica, thank you so much for putting my Cash App up. I got a lot of generous donations. She got a lot in the Cash Apps. Then on top of that, out of my own pocket, I gave her as a birthday gift $250. Now, if you don't like somebody or you don't want to support somebody or you're jealous of that person, why do that? And on top of that, also, I paid, Plez monthly to be on the panel. She was the highest paid. I wouldn't pay her more than everyone else if I didn't value what she brought to the table or valued her as a Black woman or what she did. So, I mean, she's saying I was not supportive or I was jealous, but my actions, which are receipts, speak otherwise.
Wow. Yeah, I'm quite sure. When I heard that, I was saying, well, my Cash App is, should I drop it right now? Because certainly I would love you to send that to my Cash App, what was, paid out to Plez. But again, they were worthy, right? You wouldn't have done those things if they were not worthy of being able to have some type of fees given to them for the contributions, some type of accolades, some type of parties. I even heard about the Ponderosa dinner that you all had together as well that, I didn't hear that was being shared out in the social media world. And it was a lot of things that were said and a lot of things that weren't said. And so this is what tonight is all about. It's about clearing all of those things up. And so I want to just go back just a tad bit about, Plez being with All About the Tea for 5 months, pre-date All About the Tea. She had no YouTube channel. YouTube, as to do monetization, it's at least 1,000. Is it 1,000 views, 4,000? You would know those numbers better than I do. But you have to ask yourself the question. So pre-date All About the Tea, she didn't have that, right? She didn't have a channel. She didn't have these numbers. So you got to ask yourself the question, well, how did you get the numbers to to be monetized in this space if you didn't have a YouTube channel before you started to get on All About the Tea? Could you speak to that? Because I'm not sure, I'm not in the YouTube world like many of you are, but some of you know how this works. But can you tell us, because she didn't have a YouTube channel before this?
No, she didn't. And when she came on my platform, I would encourage her all the time. I'm like, Ples, you got to start a YouTube, because I knew, it would take off. She's super intelligent. She's engaging. She's hilarious. Very, very funny. When she used to call in on my daily panels, she was very, very, very funny. And she's quick-witted too. So I would say to her, please start a YouTube. Please start a YouTube. I would say that to her all the time. If I didn't want her to grow, why would I encourage her to make a YouTube? Right. I would just tell her to sit right here every night with me and entertain on my YouTube.
Right. And you're the CEO and founder, right? So you can, it's just like in a job, you can get rid of them if the claim is that you were jealous, right? And you didn't want her to flourish, then you're the CEO and founder. You could have exited her any day and any time. But you didn't do that. And matter of fact, I see someone in the chat said she used you, Monica. Can you speak to that? Because that, at the crux of all this, I mean, that's what that could actually feel like. I know a lot was going in the social media world and a lot of things were said, but there were a lot of things that people just did not know. And so talk to us about that. Does that feel like usury? No, she didn't have a YouTube channel. She was only with you for 5 months. You've been around on these blocks for 8 years. Wendy Williams dropped your brand name. That's huge. So you're not just no fly by night. Talk to us about that. Do you feel a sense of usury that happened here?
I can't help but feel that way right now at this point. But that thought is more hurt than anything, how all this went down, because everybody has to leave. No one's going to stay with you forever. Of course not. And I encourage all of them to, if you didn't have a YouTube, get a YouTube. You have to get it so you can capitalize off of my platform. Please get a YouTube. I wanted them all to do that. And would encourage it. Every night, I would always ask each person, how can they find you? How can they? So I'm redirecting traffic to you from my platform. So-and-so, how can they find you? How can they find you? In addition to posting links to your channels in my description box. Let me tell you something. Other panels don't do all of that. They don't. It's not like I feel used, but I guess if you word it that way, I kind of feel more hurt, because I don't mind you leaving, but it's the nasty way in which everything went down. And it's not the Monday pre-recorded video. It was the Tuesday live with that thumbnail that said lies, betrayal, and all this other stuff. And then, you're talking about grievances that I knew nothing about. Ples never came to me, not one time, and said, Monica, I'm feeling X, Y, and Z. I don't like this. I don't like that. Never in the 5 months did she come to me and say, please, can you fix this? Or please, I need that. No, nothing. And then to air out these grievances on a live in front of thousands of people when you know what the repercussion would be. She knew, because she even said to me on the phone when she gave her 2-week notice, she goes, Monica, the trolls are going to be taking this and twisting it and turning it different ways. And I said, yeah, I know. We're going to work around an announcement. We are. That's what I said to her. Yeah, I said, even if we put out something good, they still going to twist it. And she goes, yeah, she brought up the trolls to me. So if you knew the trolls would attack me, why get on your platform and air out these grievances? Like, for instance, she said that I didn't notify the panel before they went live on YouTube. Now that's 100% lie. Everyone on that panel knew hours before. At minimum, they knew 2 hours, but sometimes they knew 4 hours before. I have the receipts. I don't have the DMs anymore because I'm not in that group chat because of my IG situation, but I had text messages where I've texted them links to the show 2 hours ahead of time. So for you to be like, well, we didn't know the topics, we just showed up and the topics were just there, that's a complete lie. You knew the topics ahead of time. Making statements like, I didn't congratulate her when she got monetized. That's a lie. Soon as Ples got monetized, all of us took to the group chat and we said, congratulations. That day she got monetized. Congratulations, Ples. I'm so proud of you. You go, girl. You know, that type of thing. I'm paraphrasing, but it was all congratulations from all of us. Did I pick up the phone to call her? No. Let me tell you, I don't even call my family on Thanksgiving. I send a group text, Happy Thanksgiving.
Videos as you want to make, that woman will still have an audience. That woman will still make a motherfucking check. She made a check before she came to YouTube, okay? She was a blogger like you know, all them other bloggers, like them written bloggers, okay? She knows the fucking game. But she's hurt because she's like, all I wanted to do was help. I wanted to put some money in my people's pocket. But this is what? Because she made the mistake as first associating herself with people who don't have the type of experience that she has, and they're not self-starters. You understand?
Isn't it fucking clear now? Who is the cow? Bishop. I need to learn more about Bishop. I know nothing about him. Nor do I know much about the ball, Patricia. Yeah, she was all about the tea, Monica the Avatar, who was terrorizing everyone. No, madness has not entered the city.